Mayor Houston,
Yes.
Councilmember Carter,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Motion passes. Anybody else? I'll make a motion to appoint Lee West to the planning and zoning.
Second.
Motion on the floor made by the mayor, seconded by Councilman Worrell to appoint Lee West to the planning and zoning.
Mayor Houston,
Yes.
Councilmember Carter,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item H, consideration action to consider proposal by Alexander Business Development to assist the town in upgrading the Parks Master Plan. Rolando?
We reworded the agenda item, and the memo and the proposal were redone. I know I've been asked, since the agenda posted, questions about this. So what I did, I attached element 6 of the comprehensive plan on your memo. It's there. That is the park plan we currently have. And I indicated in my memo, as we move forward applying for Parks and Wildlife grant funding, for example, for Rolla Park, for the 8 acres, the nature trail, and any other parks in the community, the state will be looking at your parks master plan. They're gonna say, not only do we wanna see what you're proposing, what your long-term plan is for your park improvements to meet the needs of the community as it's growing, but we wanna see what how you came about to arrive at these proposed plans that you have for your community. What was your involvement in the community? How did you get people to give you their input? Surveying, public hearings, that's where the Parks and Recreation Board would play an integral role. Having a meeting is in bringing people and asking questions, reviewing demographics, and to analyze where are we gonna be 10, 15 years from now. And what we're proposing needs to meet those needs of those growing, changing demographics. I thought of bringing Patty. I heard nothing but very positive reviews. Mr. Vega, the Parks Director for the county, spoke very highly of her. She actually completed the county master plan, the Parks master plan for the county. The project architect, John Percy, last week said, I reviewed the plan, it's very impressive. Why is this important? Because as we pursue funding from the state agency or from the Legacy Foundation or any of the foundations, they're gonna be looking at your Parks master plan. We'll do the heavy lifting, posting meetings, working on notices, typing the surveys, but we need this individual to help us polish the surveys, the language that we need to look at as we're looking at park improvements. I've had people in the community tell me, well, I'm 75 years old, what do you have for me in the community, in a park? I don't have anything to do, I can't do anything in a park. So those are things we're gonna be addressing through this public input process. Patty would help us to refine those areas and to make sure that what we're doing when it's a completed product will be adequate for us as we move forward for funding. One of the setbacks we had with the Legacy Foundation said, well, are these improvements you're proposing consistent with your master plan? And they weren't. And as we lay the groundwork for Parks and Wildlife funding next year, they have a cycle October 1st. They're gonna be looking at your Parks Master Plan. We have a tight deadline here. We have Legacy Foundation deadline to resubmit is February the 1st. We have less than 3 months to work on this. So we're gonna move forward on this. We simply, I think she'll help us refine and polish up what we're working on and be the facilitator for these public meetings we have. And So, but we wanna move forward on this, and this is something very important, we feel, for the community. I mean, not every day, but you get people coming up and saying, well, we need a dog park. We want a splash pad. We need additional park over here. We get those questions on a regular basis, and this is gonna help us put all that input together and put it in a document that we're gonna be able to use to go after funding.
Mr. Carter.
I would like to bring this item to executive session.
Under what provision?
Talking about personnel.
She's not personnel.
The person, the city manager is.
Okay, you can talk about the city manager, you're not gonna be able to discuss this in closed session, or personnel item.
I would like to discuss this in closed session,
Well, again,
to discuss it in closed session.
the issue of whether or not to hire a contractor is not something you can discuss in closed session. Personnel relates to city employees, but you don't have that item on the agenda.
Okay, how can I discuss this in executive session?
I can't think of any way you can do that right now.
You said in the past I can take any item on the agenda to executive session.
No, that's not true. You can take items where you have legal issues to consult with your attorney. And there's a blanket item on the agenda that allows you to take any legal question from the closed session. But it's not an open opportunity to discuss anything in closed session. It's gotta be a legal question. Consultation with the attorney.
If the council doesn't, we're gonna move forward and do the best we can. We're gonna do everything we can to make sure we do the best. I mean, that's what, we're gonna move forward on it.
Mr. Carter, did that answer your question?
I mean, we're gonna update the Parks Master Plan. Yes.
Not really. I'm trying to be nice.
Councilman Howard and then Councilman Douglas.
On strategy one, upgrading and maintaining existing, strategy one, bullet 3, the extension of Rolla Park Trail to the unused portion of the town of Marina after the 50-year lease expires and the town takes over ownership and maintenance.
All that needs to be changed already.
So what is this from, what is this open space that we're looking at here? This is not from her.
No, this is, element 6 is what we have in place.
The
that we can
existing
sort of-
Oh, this is the existing,
Correct.
okay.
We're gonna update.
So she's gonna basically revamp all these
Well,
strategies.
she's gonna work with us, but if the council doesn't, we're gonna do the best we can, so we don't have a problem.
Councilman Howard, you have another question?
No, just,
Okay.
so who originally came up with this
What,
plan? This
The-
old one, the old one.
I worked on it,
Oh, you did it.
Along with the Parks and Recreation?
years ago.
And so how many grants were we able to
None. We have none.
solidify? None. With this, with these 3 pages here, none, 0, 0. And you feel because it's just not adequate enough as far as
No,
like any
because-
professional?
Well, no, because what's happening is, like I said, community involvement is so important to the whole process. And so when we update this, moving forward from here on, we're gonna be holding public hearings, neighborhood meetings, and so on, so get input from the community on what they'd like to see. And we'll be studying the demographics to see where we're gonna be, what type of population we're gonna have 10, 15 years from now, and make sure we're meeting the needs of those people as we work on the updating the master plan.
So then, there's one I saw in here. So how old is this?
4 or 5 years old?
Okay, so for instance, on strategy 5 where it says, encourage owners of the golf club, gated community, provide recreational facilities. Were any of these, I mean, you weren't able to, or we weren't
No,
able to?
what happens, okay, when there's new development, when new developments come in some cases, they build, depending on who they are, they'll build a little park or something for their neighborhood That's what the reference is. But all that needs to be updated, all this stuff needs to be deleted there, so.
It's, she still has the floor, and then it's Mr. Dobbins. Can you finish this? Councilman Lewis?
Thank you, Mayor. No disrespect, Mr. Mayor, but items in the proposal, items one, obtaining public input in a public meeting, analyzing public input, establishing local areas, facility functions. I feel that the city manager should do all of those things. I don't think that you need any assistance. You're well educated. I'm sure you can do this and handle it. And second, we didn't budget this $30,500, and I don't feel right supporting this because of those reasons. Thank you.
Mr. Gonzalez? Ms. Smith?
Mr. Mayor, so will this service, as she's stating in number 6, I've got several questions. As she's stating in number 6, is this only for one grant?
No, it's for any grants we get, because what happens, any grant you apply, they wanna know what you're applying for, is it consistent with your master plan?
So, she will what you're telling me is that you want to ask, is that you wanted to rewrite the master plan, as, including what we have and with our input and all that, and then use that master plan to apply for grants. And then the first grant we will apply for is the Legacy Foundation grant.
We would work with the Parks and Recreation Board, and then that Parks Master Plan comes to the council for the council to adopt,
Yes, of course.
so.
But that's just the first grant that she will only help us though with that grant, but she will rewrite the whole master plan and come up.
Well, essentially, we're gonna be doing a lot of rewriting. I mean,
So why are we paying her for?
well, like I said, to help
Facilitate?
facilitate and polish, make sure we're meeting, we're touching the areas we're supposed to touch,
Okay.
and in the whole process, and.
So I have great confidence in you as well. Why do you feel you need our help? Please tell me, I'm not trying to be different.
Because
Why
she
do you
has
feel like?
extensive experience in that field.
Why do you feel like you can't do it yourself?
Well,
Just,
I mean, it's like the county has staff to do it themselves,
mhm.
but they wanted somebody to help them get a better product, to make sure that what they were gonna, to make sure they're covering all their bases.
So just for more experience, more expertise, a more polished product.
And we
better
do
plan.
it ourselves. I will be reaching out to these professionals to help review it, I mean, to help me.
So I'm just trying to understand without any aggravation is why you feel you need our help. And if you can give me valid reasons, then I can understand that.
No, just to help polish up but we've been doing, all these other areas, we can do this, I mean, we'll do it.
But at the end of the day, to provide a polished product so we can get more grants. Is that your ultimate goal with this?
We want to get the best product that we can get out there.
And you feel you can't personally do this by
No,
yourself? As good as it can be?
well, we're gonna do everything we can, I mean.
Of
it's-
course, but that's what I'm asking you, why you want to.
But
You feel like-
anytime you have other people involved, obviously it
It's
helps.
fair.
So, we're in a tight window, so, in fact, I mentioned to the mayor earlier, we're gonna call a meeting of the Parks Board and start getting this ball rolling. And we've got, with the holidays, we've got very, not enough time, but we're gonna move forward and get it done. So,
Mr. Will?
Yeah, that's basically it's $3,500 for an advisor, is what you're saying.
facilitator.
Facilitator, well, facilitate, but you're doing all the work, this is something you've done before. It just seems like a lot of money to me, so.
Appreciate that.
I think it's better than the 10,000 last time, but I still think it's a lot of money. Mr. Gonzalez?
So, if,
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, we paid $10,000 for the old, but her last proposal was $10,000. The one last month or the month before, that's what I meant, her
Was
proposal,
it 35?
it was 10,000, it was something 3,000.
Helping us apply for the grants and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
which is still.
This is a little bit more palatable, but still, Mr. Gonzalez.
Not a problem.
so that one was 10,000, okay, either way.
It had a lot more.
The 35, if there was some sort of certainty that the 3,500 would have real good returns in terms of grants and stuff, then I could see maybe this being a possibility. But if there's not that certainty that this 3,500 is gonna evolve into the city probably getting 2 or 3 more grants, or 1 grant, since we said we didn't get any for the previous one. If we got 1 or 2 grants off of it, then you're looking at it being an opportunity to bring in more money that we need for the parks. But I guess that's the question. Is there the certainty that with this advisor, that then maybe she has connections or something that will help us obtain those grants? No, there's not that certainty.
I can't say there's a certain, I'd be lying if I said there was,
Mr. Carter, then Ms. Howard.
That's why we hire you. Just to be free, right? They won't let me talk about it in executive session, so I'll just have to say it here. That's why we hire you. And
How many man hours would she be putting into this? For $3,500? Is there a set, like?
we're gonna get the job done, and we're gonna do quality work.
That's the
and
problem, I mean,
So, we've got,
it's not like we're hiring her to do it.
No, we're
You're
moving
gonna do
forward,
it.
so.
Okay.
Further discussion? I'm gonna make a motion for this. If we get a second, we'll see what we're gonna do. But
I don't have a problem with being, turned down on the table. It's not a
I
problem.
make a motion to consider the proposal by Alexander Business Development. Is there a second? Motion fails. Item I, discussion and possible action on the nomination and selection process for the Rio Grande Valley Walk of Fame. Rolando?
Council, I attached a letter from the mayor from Hidalgo regarding requesting that a name be submitted. If you're interested in submitting a name for the Rio Grande Valley Walk of Fame. Last year, the council selected Backus, and what we're trying to do, we got this letter a couple of days before the agenda, we're working on the agenda, so what you have is what we received. There's a deadline of Friday, January the 11th. So what I put this item is I'd like to know what process you would like to utilize to select a individual or individuals. There's communities that select 1 or 2 people. And what I did on my memo, you notice, is we can put something, send something out, encourage the community to submit the completed nomination form. Set a deadline of January the 1st. Bring those completed nomination forms to you at the January, give them to you at the on January the 2nd, and then at the January 8th meeting where you select, and then we submit those by Friday, January the 11th. We meet the deadline of January the 11th. That's what I was proposing for you to consider. That's something you're interested in.
Mr. Wall, and Ms. Smith.
I think what you've got down here is a great idea, and I'd actually like to see the encouragement in the form of a notice on the sign up front.
Absolutely. And we'll put it on Facebook, and we'll put out in the newspaper encouraging people to submit.
So roll across that sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ms. Smith.
I agree, I think this is a great, last year we kind of recorded for and we struggled to find somebody, so I think this is fabulous, in this form, I would just include in this form, maybe add Laguna Vista there. Maybe have an out, almost front days, put it on there. I think that's a great, this sounds to me like a great idea, get the community involved with it.
The person that is nominated has to complete the application.
The person who nominates, and we had a problem with that last year.
The person that okay.
The person, if you nominate somebody, you have to fill out the form, that's a must.
We don't
And we had a
know.
real issue with it last time, because we ended up filling it out, and we didn't really know what to put, because we didn't really know what that person wanted on there. And they asked a lot of things like, how's your family involved in the community? What does your family do for the community? A lot of stuff like that, and we really struggled with that because we were really not able to fill out the application completely. So if you nominate somebody, you have to fill out that form.
Or if a citizen completes it and submits it to you for you to review, why do you feel that person should be considered? And last year, we singled out one, I know it's only one, but in other communities, they've done 1 or 2 persons every year.
It was a very nice event, it was very long event. We got home 11:30. Let's see, it was fun.
Make a motion to, it's for motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Law.
So along those lines, are we seeking input from the community to recommend people for the council to nominate? Or are we just facilitating the community making nominations?
I think it's the council that does the
Okay,
nomination.
so when you say that the person who makes the nomination fills out the forms, that's gonna be the council.
Right.
And we're seeking input from the community to determine who we wanna nominate.
Because you could get
As a
citizens
council,
to
so
fill
citizens
you know.
can do it as well.
I mean, you could get 100 citizens submit, and
Well,
then
yeah,
you all
but you-
gonna have to narrow it down.
Right,
You can
so-
get 100 people, but this form is pretty comprehensive.
It is,
Right,
we
right,
really
right.
struggled
Yeah,
with it last
but what
year.
we're looking for here is community input on who the council should nominate. That's the way I understood it, but then almost it's something about the person making the nomination fills out the form, and just
Right,
wanna make
because
sure
we
that I
have to
understood it
submit it.
correctly.
Because it really does ask you, because I guess they're assuming that if you're nominating him, it's because you know everything he's done in the community, and that he's participated for 10 years, he's done volunteer work in here. And we didn't know all this stuff, so we really struggled with filling out, because we had to get it in, and we struggled with it because we really didn't know what to put in there.
I have
Yeah.
a suggestion. Perhaps you could simply ask, let the public know that you are inviting potential nominees for this particular honor. Anybody to submit the form, fully filled out, then the council considers it and decides which forms you will forward on to Eli.
I can imagine when applicants.
That's what I was gonna say too, like, have the people, the city fill out the forms, because they'll know all this information, we want.
For themselves.
Yes, and then we will just go through them and approve them.
And if you know anybody that you feel should be
That's
considered,
what-
So is this timeframe work for us? I mean, it seems like it's pretty tight towards the end there. Should we do it, well, this is November, if we do it in December, that doesn't give the community much time, does it?
we'll start promoting this, and then as we get applications, we'll forward them to you. Nomination forms complete, I'll forward them to you, so you can review them.
It's enough, right? Yeah, it's enough.
Once we made the decision, probably fill that already, right?
Does the person nominated have to be from Buenavista? Have to live here? Or could they be from Little Monterey?
No, because the island has their own,
Yeah,
Bristol has their
yeah.
own, so yes,
It's strictly,
yes.
Strictly
This
city.
is our first time there.
Last time, was it?
It's a huge honor, having your name on the board.
Do we need to table this till then, or?
No.
No.
No, in fact, that you can't afford to delay, you got a short fuse.
Well, Amy was making a
I
motion.
make a motion to approve the nomination and selection process for the Rio Grande Board. We're gonna instruct the city manager to let the city know and make the forms available. So we can proceed.
That's second.
Motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Smith, seconded by Councilman Gonzalez, to follow through with the selection process as discussed for the Rio Grande Valley Walk of Fame.
Mayor Houston?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Howard?
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilmember Worel?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Motion passes. City manager's report.
The ceremony last night, we actually thought, we're monitoring the weather, we thought that we're gonna be getting rain at 5:30, the police chief said, well, we're gonna get the rain, so chatted with the mayor, and they said, we're not really set up all the speaker systems and the weather. The weather turned out to be pretty dry, and we were surprised with the turnout. People were very patriotic, very loyal in the community, and a strong turnout. Thought it went well. We heard nothing but compliments from people in the community. So, and then the Christmas tree lighting ceremony. Tomorrow we start setting up banners throughout the community. The Grinch costume is already here. Dressing up the Grinch. We're looking forward to starting to decorate the tree. So we're 2.5 weeks away, 2 weeks away from this event. We've got a lot of groups that will be participating. We're excited about this. And we look forward to it being a very successful event. So the Grinch will be surprising people with it. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, something different.
Any questions of Mr. Vela? Item K, there was executive session in accordance with the Open Meetings Act as authorized by the Texas Government Code pursuant to section 551.071, consultation with city attorney regarding legal issue pertaining to marina lease. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
Motion on the floor to go into executive session at 7:03 was made by Councilman Davalos and seconded by Councilman Gonzalez.
Mayor Houston,
Yes.
Councilmember Carter,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard, Councilmember Davalos, Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes. Motion passes. Council came back out of executive session at 7:13. Are we on, Lieutenant?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Okay. Item L, action if any on the items discussed in executive session.
I make a motion to accept the proposed changes to the lease of the LVRA.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor made by Councilman Carter, seconded by Councilman Douglas, to accept the proposed changes from the LVRA. Is that what you said?
Very much.
Mayor Houston,
Yes.
Councilmember Carter,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Motion passes. Adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion on the floor to adjourn at 7:14 made by Councilwoman Smith, seconded by Councilwoman Heller.
Mayor Houston,
Yes.
Councilmember Carter,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Davalos,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Worrell,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Motion passes.
What time did